For a long time in stand-up comedy, you had these tastemakers that would choose people, and we were kind of having to provide that log line for people. And now, if you put out a good bit on the internet, people will share it and people will find it. I was way closer to who I am now right when I first started. And then there was a terrible thing that happened to comedy, which was television and the industry and all that kind of stuff. Because and I do the Tonight Show, and I previously, back when television existed, and that was the main source of entertainment. Now, like, some people watch it, some people don't, but you really could only get your career to move forward if the tastemakers at the networks did that. Well, the tastemakers, they chose a lot of comedians who are really fantastic, and then they chose a lot of comedians that I think that the tastemakers' brains were pretty simple, and they would go, this comedian is this, and so in the first 2 minutes of your set, if you were to do Montreal or or an audition for one of the networks, you would kind of have to come out and say what you are in the first minute.
But it's absolutely right that people establish. You have to set out your stall. You have to go, this is where I'm coming from. This is my persona. This is my point of view. To make it easy for the tastemakers.
To make it easy, and then for a long time, I was like, well, I don't know how to be or what to be or what my thing is, and so I was trying to find it. And so if you watch back to my stand-up, I'm really trying to figure out what I could have been so I could get in with those tastemakers, to have whatever this point of view that you needed, which, I don't know if you guys have ever, there are a lot of people here that are probably in the industry, and you write scripts and you have to write a short bio for the character. And that bio for the character that says he's a quirky smart aleck or whatever, that person, if you're reading an acting role and you're like, I'm gonna be a quirky smart aleck, that character is just not very interesting. That's why, if you've watched a lot of shows on ABC or CW, you see a bartender that's whatever gal, and you're like, that's not a person. And but if you bring yourself to a role, you're always way more interesting and dynamic than any sort of a log line of a character. And so I think that for a long time in stand-up comedy, you had these tastemakers that would choose people, and we were kind of having to provide that log line for people. And now that Netflix is a big platform that you want to be on, and I don't really think that the other ones are anything you want to be on. I've been offered specials on the other platforms, and I did a special on Showtime. And it should have been called "If a Tree Falls in the Woods," because nobody saw it. My own mom, and not to say a joke that I've said before, but my mom, I go, Mom, I got a Showtime special, and she goes, oh, is that on Netflix? And she was like, there were people that I knew that were like, yeah, man, I watched your special because I stayed at a La Quinta Inn and they have Showtime.
Yeah.
And,
okay.
So unless you're doing it on YouTube or social media, you basically, it's Netflix, or you just self-produce your stuff, and this is gonna go on YouTube's, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so more people will see the YouTubes. Yeah, she's like, oh my God, we have an elder. He's being so mid. Oh my God, Riz. I don't know what either of those things mean. I've just heard them. Yeah, what is it? Riz is charisma. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Young people are very busy. They don't have time to say the whole word.
No, they don't. That was sick.
I think they do say that again, but it's come around for the third time.
It's come around for, for a while it was they're speaking old people cool talk, and then now they're back. But yeah, I don't even remember what I was saying. So when I first started out, I wasn't trying to do any of that, and I was just myself. So if I thought of a funny idea, it was coming through who I am. And now that everything is more of a meritocracy, being that if you put out a good bit on the internet, people will share it and people will find it. Mm-hmm. And some stuff I put out, people are like, oh, that sucks, and you don't really know when you put it out. You're just like, all right, I'm gonna throw this out there, and it surprises me what people are like, oh, this hit an emotional core nerve, or this is so funny. But now, the tastemakers don't really matter.